Our campaign begins in the world of Aetherkarst, a shattered planet where gods fight over the right to rule the different planes, continents float upon the ether, and now we see ourselves on the continent of Ankyra. Two groups of adventurers set out from their homeland, one group looking for an adventure, while the other runs from their past. From the nation of Prospero, Tyrxian Calvaris, a young half-elven wizard discovers a series of books at his parents' tavern, the Tar's Respite. The first book, a treatise on the workings of sentient spellbooks, Volume 1, causes Tyrxian to become enamored with the endless possibilities of spells and spellbooks. The second book, however, would cause Tyrxian to leave his family's tavern and go on an adventure looking for a secret safe house that presumably unlocked more secrets about sentient objects within the world of Aetherkarst. It was during this time that Tyrxian met Arvin the Jolly, another half-elf from the outskirts of the nation of Prospero, more specifically from the town of Steeplight. Arvin grew up in an orphanage run by a man with the title the Pied Piper. Eventually, Arvin was handed down this title and learned of the inner workings of the orphanage and its ties to the various thieves' guilds within Steeplight. Arvin decided it was time to leave Steeplight and that life behind, making his way across the nation of Prospero until he met Tyrxian. The two became friends quickly, and Arvin decided to play along with Tyrxian's desire for adventure. The two headed east toward the city of Chorath, then through the forest of Ormwood until they made it to the Rookendorn Range. Their journey was not without peril, though, as Arvin discovered there was a bounty on his head from Steeplight. It also occurred to them that life as an adventurer was not easy, and it was possible that a wizard and a bard might not be cut out to travel these lands by themselves. Despite these trials and tribulations, Tyrxian and Arvin found the safe house in the mountains. There were obvious signs of trouble within, and what appeared to be a collapsed tunnel. However, Tyrxian managed to discover a diary of one Thurbly Crolius, and what appeared to be a receipt from a store in the town of Night Hollow. Upon further review, Tyrxian realized that the diary was actually a codebook that decoded the cipher in his second book. According to what he could decode, there is a secret lab nearby. Something about the secrets of sentient beings. Tyrxian still hadn't worked everything out, but the words Warforged could be made out. Tyrxian and Arvin collected what they could from the safe house, made their way back to their two trusty steeds, Ben and Jerry, and made their way northeast to find the secret lab. Tyrxian and Arvin, is there anything you two would like to discuss as you return to your horses and head toward this secret lab in the mountains?
Tyrxian, what have you figured out from your book so far?
Well, this second book we found seems like it could help unlock some secrets from the first one. Almost kind of like a decoder. Looks like there might be something to the northeast. Really, the only other word I can make out is Warforged.
Interesting. Anything that gives us the power of the brooms, I'm all for, though.
That I'm still not sure about.
And with our trusty friends Ben and Jerry, nothing can stop us now. Come, my friend, let's continue our journey.
Let's.
So you all left Ben and Jerry sort of at the outskirts of the forest of Ormwood, roughly in this region here. You know that the lab, according to this sort of coded cipher that you start to piece together, maps inside of it and coordinates and directions and strange writings about sentient objects and warforged, and you start to read more about possibly the transfer of sentience into objects. You know that this lab is somewhere in this mountainous region over here, or essentially 1.5 mountains over. You grab Ben and Jerry and start to traverse through the mountains, a little bit more in the valley, as Ben and Jerry don't quite like the steep slopes of the mountains themselves.
I
Yeah,
imagine. Go ahead.
so are there any like paved paths or trails through the mountains, or are we just kind of making our own?
There is a path that goes through the valley of the mountains, and then every once in a while on a mountain itself, there'd sort of be like a hiking trail or a path that probably was made by mountain folk, maybe goes off to a nomadic tribe's temporary village or something like that. But you can see signs of old trails, new trails, and then in the valley itself is an actual uh, normal worn path.
Gonna say, as long as it's still warm weather, we can stick to the places where there isn't snow, the places where the horses can easily go through. Like you said, stick to the valleys. I see a river too, close to the flowing streams. Something to keep us from getting lost, like may have happened in the past.
Yeah, that reminder, Turxian will send Gilfy a little bit higher up in the air to keep an overhead eye out for us. Make sure we don't stray too far in any one direction, and keep an eye out if anything is trying to watch or follow us.
As we're traveling, also, I'm thinking a little bit about our past adventure and speaking out loud to Tyrxian here. That man Merch that we ran into before. I don't know if you have any ideas, but although I recognize the man, I really didn't have any personal connection to him. I'm wondering why anybody would put a bounty on my head. Hopefully we can come up with some clues as we travel along, or just simply avoid that altogether.
I hope so. I mean, do you have any idea why somebody would be trying to bring you back?
I have no idea at all. I was a simple man who lived in an orphanage and helped out children. Actually struck out on my own to try to help them out a little bit more. I'd never be part of anything illegal.
Do I believe him?
You can roll
Very,
an insight check.
very convincing.
Is Arvin meaning to be deceitful or more on the ignorant side?
Slightly deceitful, skirting around the issue.
Okay. You can roll a deception check.
Looking for it now.
It's
Under skills.
Yeah. It's pretty hard to read.
Well, yeah, I have absolutely no idea. I mean, he seemed like a pretty tough customer. So what would he want with just an orphan who decided to strike out on his own?
Who knows? Perhaps it was a case of mistaken identity. I figure the further northeast we travel, the more we'll avoid the whole situation in the first place, so maybe we'll just leave this behind us as we go along.
Well, we can hope.
I'm more interested in finding out if this book is going to take us anywhere. The whole reason for striking out is to look for adventure, maybe even some treasure. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, I have no idea what could be at the end of this. It's, I didn't realize there'd be so much walking. Even with these horses, it's Guess I wasn't prepared for it.
Gilf, you see anything? Are we still heading in the right direction?
You guys travel in an easterly direction and eventually come across what looks to be the normal road that winds its way through these mountains up to the portal city of Emnoth. And from here, it's pretty easy to follow the path. It's about a day's journey on horseback.
And I assume this is a day according to the information that has been decoded in the most recent book that Tyrxian has.
Yes, he's sort of pieced together in the code, drawing lines from different sigils and symbols in it, essentially a map of this mountain chain on one of the pages, and it very much looks like this area that you're in right now, with this mountain here being the lab. And there's, when he comes to another page and sort of draws a line between the different sigils and symbols, it essentially creates a picture of sort of this pretty well constructed, lack of a better term, a base in the side of the mountain. Sort of just like a stone made entrance in the side of the mountain with this big platform on it.
And we still have a full day's travel to get there.
Yeah, and it's about midday, so you'd have to travel down the road and then most likely make camp for the night and then begin your journey anew in the morning, unless you want to travel during the night.
I don't believe we're quite adventurous enough for that, do you, Tyrxian? I enjoy myself a nice fire and a dinner before sleep.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
All right, well, if it's nighttime, we can camp down, give Tyrxian a little bit of time to read over your book and clarify any of those ciphers. Hopefully come up with a more accurate location when we wake up tomorrow. In the meantime, can I think to myself about previous things that have happened in Steep Light? See if anything comes to mind about merch or anything related to him. Can I think of anything of why people would have been after me?
Yeah, make a history check. That was really good.
I know everything, don't I?
Your time in Steep Light, you didn't really care to understand the inner workings of the city and any of the historical significance around it. You just know that for whatever reason, the orphanage that you were a part of seemed to be part of this thieves guild, and that the orphanage itself was more of sort of like a front for something. You didn't get too involved with it, and really as soon as you realized that the orphanage wasn't exactly what you thought it was, and that the role of the Pied Piper was a little bit more in depth and more than just being a fatherly figure for these orphans, that's when you stepped away. So really that's the only connection that you have, is that maybe you were a little bit in over your head?
Well, since I couldn't think of anything in one night, there must not have been anything important, so I'll put that out of my head for now and have a good sleep.
Yeah, I think Turxian is still just obsessively poring over the um, 2 code books, trying to see if he can make anything else out of it.
Yeah, make an intelligence check. Ooh, 20. Um, Tonight you're feeling a little lucky, and as you're reading through this code book and the cipher, you just start piecing more and more together. And you realize that even though you found this book on sentient spell books and this cipher sort of at different times, these two books are related in a way. Um, the book about the sentient spell book, you remember it talking about that the spellbook itself sort of gains its own personality, and it's unknown of whether that is essentially the spellbook's previous owner trapped inside the book, or maybe it's a wizard that died and for whatever reason his spirit never left this realm and went on into the afterlife. The cipher talks about the ability to harness essentially spirits and redirect them from leaving this realm into the afterlife and place their spirit or their soul inside a sentient object. This book talks about the nation of Prospero and how they seem to have created an artificial army of Warforged utilizing some sort of ability to ensnare souls within their borders and trap those souls and then utilize those souls in Warforged to create a sentient army of robots. And something about this secret lab, as far as you get in this book, is it's not under the jurisdiction of the nation of Prospero. This looks like somebody from the outside trying to piece everything together, and that's what this secret lab is. And that safe house was a safe house that was used as sort of an in-between, and there's nothing in the diary or the cipher about like what went wrong at the safe house, but you kind of get the gist that um, something definitely went wrong in that safe house, and that the safe house and this secret lab are connected, and they don't belong to the nation of Prospero. They belong to an outside force that is trying to learn more about this ability that the nation of Prospero has. That's probably as much as you're able to decode in a night, but you feel like you made a huge leap in this.
I'll say. Um, wow. Yeah, that is a lot. I guess at that point, Tyrxian will probably put the code books back into his backpack and take out the treatise on sentient spell books and probably try and dig into that a little bit more until he falls asleep.
Absolutely. You get the gist that the book on sentient spellbooks is written more by a wizard, and the book, this cipher, is more of a diary of some sort of like artificer or something like that that is doing research. But the two books seem to be linked in a common theme. Like maybe the guy picked up the sentient spellbook treatise and then started doing his own research on sentience.
Great.
But with that, you two sit down, make a campfire on the other side of the road, or just a little bit off the road. Um, tie up Ben and Jerry so they don't run off in the night. And you guys take a rest for the night. On the other side of the world, from the Shattered Isles to the northwest, our second group of adventurers arrives. two cousins, Panoply Velenoth and Kaim Stormbreaker, found themselves in a little bit of trouble. Panoply, a tiefling with mixed heritage, hailed from the city of Grimwharf. Panoply always found herself at the center of attention, despite wanting to hide in the shadows. Eventually, she made her way to the town of Casoria to help out her cousin, Kaim Stormbreaker, a descendant of a mighty war hero who nowadays lived a simple life with his mother, Clarita, in the city of Casoria. Despite the family name Stormbreaker, his family did not hold any status or carry much wealth. That all seemed to have gone with the disappearance of his father, someone who he still knows very little, if not nothing, about. It is during this time that Kaim and Panoply hire themselves out as mercenaries for Captain Stump Gettleby. However, trouble never seems to be too far away from the cousins, as the two become implicated in the death of the sellsword Sergeant Chrysler Beeman and Private Serban. It didn't help that the captain had absconded without a trace. The only thing people remember before his disappearance was a cloaked figure speaking with the captain, and a note addressed to his mercenary crew telling them to get out of town if I were you. Sensing trouble in a situation beyond their control, Panoply and Kaim left Casoria and headed to the only place they could think of that would keep them out of trouble, the Underdark. Panoply's mother lived here and had friends that would be able to keep Panoply and Kaim out of sight for a while. Unfortunately, the Underdark contains its own troubles, as Panoply and Kaim descended further and further into the darkness. Weaving their way through a fungal forest and tearing through a spider's nest, the two found themselves face to face with a drow hunting party and a vicious-looking being known as a Dragloth. Understanding the peril facing them, Kaim and Panoply fled through the caves, getting turned around multiple times until they came to a dead end with a glowing purple rift. With only a slight hesitation, the two jumped through the rift, feeling their bodies lurch through the ether, until they found themselves on the other side in a cold, dark cave. Kaim and Panoply, you find yourselves on the floor of a cave. But this is not the Underdark, as you can see light ahead and feel a cold wind blowing in from the outside. You look back, and the purple rift shuts behind you. What would you two like to do?
That sucked. A lot.
Oh my stomach.
And now we don't even know where we are. We might not even be in Aetherkarst.
Wait, we're not in Aetherkarst?
I don't know where we went. It was a portal.
Let's not do that again, please. I would rather die by that thing than go through that again.
Well, I would rather go through the portal.
I don't know if I can handle it again.
Well, okay. I guess we should just go see what's around. Maybe if there's the same plants I know, or if we see animals, we know we're in the same place. And that's one thing we know.
Yeah, we should probably keep moving. Let's get a move on.
I mean, I don't think it's gone. Like, I don't think it can come through.
I hope not. But, I mean, right now we have no choice. We just gotta keep on moving.
Yeah, I mean, let's go see what's out there.
Do you
And
think the drows were the one to open the portal?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they could. I think they have some really powerful magic people, I think. But yeah, let's go, like, just see what's out here. And Panoply will go toward the light a little bit and just cautiously stand in the entrance to whatever space we're in. I don't know if we're in like a semi-cave or like a occluded spot.
Yeah, it's really just kind of looks like a bear's cave almost.
She will stand at the entrance and gradually let her eyes adjust, but not actually like move into the light until she's adjusted and done a perception check. And
Alright,
I am going to log into Foundry here in 2 seconds, but I'm just going to roll it and tell you what I get real quick.
sounds good.
I got a 26. It was like a natural 20 plus 6.
Get to the edge of the cave, and you're sort of midway up a mountain. And below you is sort of a little valley, and you can see there's numerous mountains around you and various little streams about, and way off in the distance you're pretty sure you can see a city, and you kind of know the White Crest Mountains in the Shattered Isles pretty well. You don't remember like a city in the middle of the valley of the mountains.
Well, we're not where we were, but there is like a town or something over there.
I think I see it too. Yeah, let's make our way over there.
Don't like walk right into town though. Like, what if it's? I mean, like, you know, those drow were not very friendly. It could be somebody else who's not very friendly. We should check them out, like, from a little distance first.
Okay, you do that, and I'm just gonna keep on walking.
Oh, yeah, we'll walk towards town. But when I get there, I am certainly not going into town. Yet.
So you two head down the mountain, and it's probably about, you guess by looking up at the sun, early morning. You do notice the sun feels like it's in a different location in the sky to what you're normally used to. Normally the sun sort of goes across the sky and doesn't quite hit the highest part of the sky. The sun here gets really, really close to the highest point in the sky.
Hey, Kaim, do you like hot weather?
What's hot?
Not
明白了。
really. I mean, look what I'm wearing. It's gonna be
只要
pretty hot here.
Hey, at least something is. But anyway, I think it's. I feel like it could get hot here. Maybe not at this time of year or whatever. But we're not. I don't think we're where we were. I
I
don't
don't
know where we
recognize
are.
anything around here.
Like I said, I'm going to go up to the edge of town and not into town, and I'm going to see what the people look like. Maybe they're not even. I mean, I know I look weird, but who knows what they are?
I'm sure they're friendly. They can't be looking for us as well, right?
The town?
Yeah, the
No,
authorities.
maybe not. But I'm just saying, like, maybe they just don't like us. Maybe they just don't like other people.
Are you afraid they don't like tieflings?
A lot of people don't.
It's alright. If anybody tries to cause trouble with you, I got your back.
Yeah, but I don't want to fight a whole town.
Then we run. We don't have to stay.
That's true.
So you two descend down the mountain. You see a path that you can take that leads to sort of a road in the valley. Otherwise, you have to traverse this kind of precarious mountainside. But eventually, you do find sort of an old trail in the mountainside. There's snow on the mountain, but it's not very thick and it's very patchy. Definitely still late summer in the mountains, but at your altitude, there's still a decent amount of snow. And from here, this is where our adventure begins. On the 16th day of Prothera, 1338 NG, Tyrxian, Calvaris, and Arvin cross a mountain pass on top of their horses Ben and Jerry. The sun is high in the sky, but a chill wind sweeps across the pass. The two make small talk, mostly Arvin telling tales and singing songs, but the two are completely oblivious to the fact that they are being watched. One second as my Foundry ceases up here. Up atop a hill on the same mountain pass, Kaim, Stormbreaker, and Panoply look across the expanse before them, still unsure of exactly where they are. It feels warmer than the white crest mountains of the Shattered Isles, and there are no familiar landmarks in the distance. As the wind blows, Panoply realizes that there is something more dire in the air.
How dare.
It is at this time that Tyrxian and Arvin stop their chatter and notice the howls too. And I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
I am not load. Oh, now I'm loading in. Okay. Whew. Sorry, I had to do a couple of refreshes there.
Come from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun where the hot springs flow.
It's weird. I hear howling and singing.
That singing? I think I heard it too.
I wonder if those people in that town sing.
Oh man, those wolves sound very hungry.
And we could climb a tree and shoot them from a tree.
Alright, off in the distance. Sorry, actually, you guys are more around here.
Yeah.
You see a couple wolves encircling you. More like 4 wolves. In Panoply and Kaim, you see 2 riders on horse, with 4 wolves, including a very large one, that seem to be circling their prey.
Can I try to talk to the large wolf with my animal speaking skills?
You can certainly try on your turn.
Okay.
Panoply, it doesn't look like you've rolled initiative.
I am not loading in. Like, I got to 98% and it stopped. I'm trying another refresh here.
I got your name on there.
Looks like it wants to be there. It's like it keeps saying it, like it'll refresh and then it'll stop loading, but there's just nothing there. I'm gonna log out and log back in.
On we sweep with threshing ore. Our only goal will be the western shore. Ba-da-ba-ba-dow, ba-da-ba-ba-dow. Well, Tyrxian, now's probably not the best time to be having my loot out, huh?
Probably not.
Oh my god, there's a raven flying.
Cool.
Alright, so I see one wolf to the north, one to the south, Gylfie, and that's what we got so far, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you load in this time?
Yes. Okay, initiative. Yay.
Alright, cool. Gylfie is up.
Okay. Gylfie, I think for now she's just gonna hang out kind of where she is. See if she moves 60 feet. Maybe she'll move up a little bit this way. But primarily just go like higher in the air.
Sounds safe.
And that'll end her turn.
Panoply, you're on top of sort of a 10-foot ledge looking down, and you see the two riders in the middle of this valley with two wolves closing in on them. And to the east, the southeast, there's a very large wolf, and to the east, there's another wolf running in.
Do you want to help these guys? There's like some riders down there. I think the wolves are actually gonna attack them, not us.
You think so? I think we should help them.
I don't know if I can make a shot this far. How far is that? Can you see? Sorry, it's white.
It's about 170.
Well, I think I can.
There is a wolf within 150. Or sorry, 140, which is, I think your normal range is 150.
Let me see if I can hit it. And I will pull back that bow. Got it.
See the wolf running across what looks to be sort of a iced over creek, and as it bounds over, Panoply looses an arrow and just hits the wolf right in the side, and you see a large amount of blood splatter out into the snow. And Tyrxian and Arvin, you see this wolf suddenly wounded and limping with a lot of blood, and you see an arrow embedded in it, and presumably came from the north. Tyrxian, it is your turn, unless Panoply wants to do anything else.
Nope. I'll tell Kaim. If you go down there, just stay like 30 feet this side of the riders, please.
You got it.
Tyrxian, did you see where that arrow came from?
Seemed to come from the north. I don't know other than that, though.
It might be best to use Ben and Jerry and all do speed and get as close to those arrows as possible.
Speaking of which, what is the speed of the horses?
Is 60 feet.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess first I'm gonna try and clear us a path. I'm gonna launch at least 2 magic missiles at the one to my north. I believe it has like 120-foot range, so it should be plenty within range for me to get there. Yeah, 100 feet. And I believe the last time we did this, I had to cast it multiple times.
If you target one creature, you can do it once, but if you target multiple creatures, you have to cast it for each creature.
Okay,
It doesn't like the multiple attack.
sure. Oh, great. So then, how does the second one still go up that way and just doesn't do anything 'cause it's dead? Or can I redirect the second one to the wolf behind me?
For magic missile, I'd say you have to choose where your targets go
Okay, so
before you
then,
roll damage.
no problem. So then, I have one more. One behind me. And then I'll move my 60 feet. The control, I can't remember how to slide it all the way up there.
If you hold control and then hit spacebar at the end of it,
Can I not move the horse? Is that what's going on?
you have to move your token. The horse will.
Oh, okay. That would do it. Alright, sorry about that. That'll end my turn.
All good. One wolf down from magic bolts of arcane energy, and another one chasing from behind. Arvin, it is your turn.
I'd
In
like to,
Tyrxian, you see two figures up on this hill.
Awesome.
I want to. Can I use 2 movements of the horse to make 120 feet for my full turn?
Yep.
Okay, I want to make all due haste towards the people shooting the arrows at the wolves. This was a terrible time to start Immigrant Song out here in the wilderness. Sorry about that, Tyrxian. Alright, let's make all due haste. Run away! Run away!
And you see two figures up on this hill. Dark-skinned, horned one, and some sort of guy with a sword and a shield.
You guys, appreciate the help over there with that wolf. I don't think he liked my singing.
It was pretty bad.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
That wolf runs forward. And then the other one moves in too. Kaim, it is your turn.
Kaim is gonna run down and kind of interject between the two wolves. And he's gonna stop right here.
Alright, when you get down to the icy creek, I need you to just make a dexterity saving throw for me. Alright, easy enough. You hit the creek, you hear a couple cracks, but the river still feels very solid, and gain your footing and run across without slipping.
And I'm gonna yell to the guys on the horses to stay back, stay behind me.
You guys are in range to hear that. The wolf that was chasing dashes forward toward the horses. Get a sense that the horses are faster than the wolves. They were attempting to cut you off, but well-placed arrows stifled that plan. Gylfie's turn.
Okay. Gylfie is just gonna fly her 60 feet in this land. I don't know if this is a tree or a boulder or
Yep.
what, but she's gonna
Yeah, they're
just
trees.
Cool. She's gonna perch up in the tree for now. That'll end her turn.
Panoply, your turn.
Panoply will. She really likes this high spot. She doesn't want to get down.
That one is 160 feet.
Well, poo on it. That one looks better. Actually, God, Kaim's waiting for that one. So if her arrow wavers, you can see her pointing one direction then another. She's going to turn back and try and make the far shot on that wolf at disadvantage.
Okay.
Makes better sense.
Still hits, and straight into its throat, and you just see the wolf tumble forward and into the ground, and sort of kicks its leg for a little bit, but it's obviously bleeding out and dying.
Holy crap, Tyrxian, did you see that shot?
That was pretty good.
Got a regular Legolas up here.
Anything else on Panoply's turn?
Nope, she loves this escarpment. This is the best shooting spot ever.
Alright, Tyrxian, you saw an arrow fly not too close to you, but definitely flew by your direction and hit the wolf behind you and killed it in its tracks. It is your turn.
Okay. First, Tyrxian is going to guide the horse a little bit further. This, I think, 20 feet. Then he should be, that's 25 feet. Should be within range. She's gonna launch a firebolt at this wolf over here. And then she have another 35 feet of movement. And that will end his turn.
Hey, Arvin, your turn.
I am going to... I think I really need to do much here. Pull up my loot and give a little bardic inspiration for the guy who jumped down in front of me, since there's a wolf barging toward him. So, is it Alt? Oh, there we go. It's been a while.
Oh, did that actually just play by itself?
That's amazing.
I don't know. I played it on my
I
own.
heard a little guitar ditty.
Oh, you played it on your end?
Yeah, did it come through okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I heard it
Alright.
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah, I played it once, and then the second time you fooled me and made me think that it was automated.
Ah, dang. Oh, dang, I didn't hear it for you anyway. Anyway, I'm just going to do the bardic inspiration for this kind gentleman who ran up in front of us and told us to get back, and that will end my turn.
Alrighty.
Nice melody, but it's now the time to play music.
Listen, this can get us into problems, but also can get us out of problems too.
Alright, a huge black-furred wolf approaches.
Glad I stayed on this high point.
This one has to dash to reach Kaim, so can't attack you. So Kaim, it is your turn.
Ah, you damn dog. And I'm gonna hit it.
So dog sort of jumps toward you, and you sort of sidestep and swipe down with your sword and hit it in the shoulder blade, and a big spout of blood reddens the snow beneath you. Anything else on your turn?
And I am actually going to move away from it.
Or
And-
you'll get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. And I'm gonna place myself right here in view of both the horseman and Panoply.
Right. Tries to bite you, and it misses.
And that'll end my turn.
Gylfie.
Okay. Gylfie is going to fly towards this wolf here and hold her action to rake at it until I guess it's Tyrxian's turn.
Where did Gylfie go?
She's on top of this wolf here, the smaller one.
Oh, okay.
I'll just throw her here so you can actually see her.
Panoply, your turn.
Panoply clutches something around her neck briefly, and you could see kind of a slight green energy around the big black wolf as I cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay, I think I updated it. Try to cast Hunter's Mark on it. It might work.
Cool. I hope it works. And then I will shoot it. Does it? Well, it's
Well, that
not a
won't
very
work.
good shot.
Oh, it didn't come up for red. That's weird.
Oh, was that a nat one?
Yep.
Yep. I slip on the ice slightly and lose my shot.
Tyrxian, you feel like the arrow went a little too close to Gylfie for comfort. But it definitely embeds itself very short of the dire wolf. Tyrxian, your turn.
Okay. Tyrxian reaches out his hand to cast Firebolt at the wolf. As he does, Gylfie rakes at the back of its head.
So help action.
Yes.
It's a hit. Oh, that's a good hit. In fact, it's such a good hit that that wolf, you start to smell like burning fur and flesh as the wolf yelps, and part of its fur sort of catches alight, and it desperately tries to put out the fire and then sort of like falls down to the ground dead.
Okay. And then Tyrxian will move 60 feet and try and get to the other side of the ice.
Right. Make a... Oh no, you used... That's just one movement, right?
Correct.
You're fine.
Okay.
Arvin, your turn.
First, I'm going to turn back to Panoply and say, I'd say her aim is cancer, but cancer actually kills people. Gosh.
Try singing more.
All right. Question for Fairy Fire. If I want to cast that, it says a 20-foot cube range is outlined. Can I just put it down on a spot on the map?
Yeah, I think it has a distance of 60 feet, so you can put the cube within 60 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna throw that right there. Does that show up?
Yeah, but that would target Arvin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the goal is to throw it there because the direwolf's going to be running up there, in my estimation, since he's taking the front wall. So, am I correct in that Fairy Fire would end up highlighting it, so we would have advantage on rolls
I think
against it?
it's only when it's cast.
Yeah, so Fairy Fire is worded any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined.
Yeah.
So it's only it only works once you cast it.
And it only goes 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can move up a couple spots and cast it then, and I'll just move it down to there. I'm not sure how to select it again, though.
Is the range based on the center or like the edge of it?
It's based on the center.
How do I, do you know how I move? Oh, you got it. Thank you.
Actually,
60 feet, okay.
recast it, and when the spell pops up, unclick the consume spell slot.
Cool. And then did Kaim use the Bardic Inspiration? Can I tell?
I
He
did
has
not
not.
use it.
Okay, cool. Alright, then it ends my turn.
What is your spell save DC? 14. Looks like the direwolf saved. So unfortunately, the direwolf is not lit up. However, the direwolf then runs forward and bites Kaim.
Ooh.
Oh God!
My god, that thing is huge!
I think Kaim just went down in like...
As we all predicted.
Did I just take half damage?
So that's to knock him prone, but now he's dead anyway. Or unconscious.
No, you should have taken full damage. I don't. That was to knock prone.
I see. Then I should. It only took half.
Yeah, let me There we go.
It's like you're prone whether
You
you
see
like
the
it or not.
You see the direwolf run forward to Kaim and bite him, and just like a savage blow to the neck bone, and completely takes Kaim down in one hit.
Oh my god.
Which it is now Kaim's turn, and Kaim has to make a death saving throw.
Where
I think
is
if
that
you-
actually? Oh, I found it.
I believe if you open, yeah. Right, Kaim succeeds 1. However, that is his turn. Gilfie, your turn.
Same thing for Gilfie. She's going to fly at just above the direwolf, and then this time, when she sees Panoply lining up an arrow, she's gonna dive bomb and try and use the help action for Panoply.
Alrighty. And it is your turn, Panoply. So you'll have advantage on your shot as you draw your arrow, you suddenly see the annoying little owl.
It's not annoying now.
Did it automatically add the
Yeah, it did. Honors mark. So
Nice.
8 damage and then 5 damage.
Alright. You see an arrow in the shoulder of this wolf, blood on the ground, but it still looks pretty good. Anything else on your turn?
Jesus, heal. Do any of you have healing?
Yeah, I'm a little preoccupied though by this giant wolf that just ate this guy in front of me.
Tyrxian, your turn.
Alright, seeing that, Tyrxian is going to launch 3 magic missiles at the wolf, and for fun, he's gonna have them be fire magic missiles.
Ooh, 14 points of damage. The direwolf is looking pretty bloodied.
Great. And Tyrxian will just stay right there for now.
Arvin, it is your turn, and the direwolf is looking at you, growling.
Of course he is. He doesn't like my music like anybody else. Use my first movement to ride Ben the full 60 feet away. Try to create as much distance from Smokey the Bear over here. Actually, and then need to find out the range of all this stuff. Everything's 60 feet. Probably need to pay attention to that first. Okay, well, there we go. Even shorter distance. And we're going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Oh boy,
Oh boy, what?
that'll be fun.
Okay.
Just as you see the dire wolf about to, like, grab Kaim's leg and look like it was about to take off with Kaim as if it had found its food for the day. Suddenly, it twitches as Arvin casts Dissonant Whispers, and basically the direwolf has a brain hemorrhage and suddenly dies. Kaim, I need you to make another death saving throw. So that was a second success.
We know
Alright,
you're bloodied. Oh God.
what are you guys doing?
Do I know anything?
Panoply is. Oh, good.
I'm able to heal. Do I know if that's gonna bring it back from the edge of death?
Yep, he still looks like he's breathing.
Alright, let's go over there to the boy on the ground and see if we can help him out at all.
Panoply is sliding down the bank here and trying to sling her bow and do a good fairy spell as she's running.
Kaim, you regain consciousness, and there's this big giant direwolf pinning your legs to the ground.
Oh god, get it away from me.
And I think with that, we're going to take a little break.
P.S. It is super weird because you have to target somebody with Goodberry to cast it, which is odd.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
I mean, it's cool. I'll just do it on myself.
The thing is, it like, when you cast it, it tries to heal.
Yep.
It's kind of weird.
That is very weird. I mean, I was
Oh,
at full anyway, so it doesn't make any difference.
Alright, so let's take a break. Let's come back in 11 minutes. So what is that, 10 till? 10 till the hour?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Alright. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well, it wouldn't be a session 1 if somebody didn't go unconscious.
Listen, you called your shot. We all called your shot.
The
This
dice
had to
don't
be
lie.
me though.
Well, happens to the guy who charges in front of everybody.
That's my job though.
Can't say I don't appreciate it. Though old Ben was keeping me safe and he didn't take any hits. I thought that was a pretty good line on Panoply missing. I was pretty pleased with that.
Yeah.
You're like my polar opposite.
You arrived just in time, too.
Yeah, it was a fun day.
Working all day?
Yep.
That's too bad.
It's good money, though.
I will say good money is better than bad money.
Yeah. Well, it's nice because after 10 hours in a day, I mean, I only had 1 hour, you get what's called penalty overtime, which is double time, which is nice.
Oh, Ema, I was gonna ask if you said you played that Bardic Inspiration clip. Did you just put it on the, like, where the music goes?
Yeah.
Would you
I don't
mind
know if
throwing
you
that
have
up one more time?
access.
I didn't know if I even heard it. I see item tracks. Oh. I assume
It was in
played.
playlist just briefly.
Gotcha. I assume it played then, because I have the other ones start up automatically. I was more surprised you guys heard mine, since I have it going through my speakers.
That was pretty similar to, like, it sounded equal in volume, essentially, to us.
Cool.
Yeah, Arvin and Tyrxian stalled long enough to, well, it worked out well.
Very well.
Alright,
was
does
like
that mean everybody's back?
It's like the D&D Babe Ruth over here.
Yep, I'm here.
Alright, so... Kaim, you are revived from an unconscious state, but you've got a dire wolf that essentially has its, like, mouth around your leg. But it's dead. Panoply's running across the ice. Arvin is on top of his mighty steed, and Tyrxian is off in the distance, and it seems like all the wolves nearby are dead.
Can I hop off my horse and give this man a hand? Hey, bud, that was a pretty nice rabbit impersonation you did right there. Appreciate your help in jumping down in front of us, though.
Kaim will just grab Arvin's hand and said, "Thanks. Is everyone okay?" And he'll kind of just limp a little.
Thanks to you two. Seems like we all are.
Here. And Panoply will grab Kaim's hand and, like, pour a bunch of little tiny mushrooms into it. You can have all of them.
All of them? Don't we need more for later?
I mean, you need what you need, right? So, I mean, just... We can rest here for a little bit. We should skin that, honestly. We're thinking... I don't know who you guys are, but we were thinking of going to a town we saw in... I don't know. seems like it'd be a lot of fur.
Oh, no, just north of here, I think, is Emnoth. I think we were planning on heading that way, hopefully in a few days.
I'm not. I never heard of that town before.
Do you guys know where we are?
Yeah, you're in the mountains south of Emnoth. Where do you think you are?
What world is this?
What
Uh,
world is this?
Are we
What
not?
world do you think it is?
Are we
Well-
not in the Isle of Crest?
We just
Mm.
fell through a portal not that long ago, and I don't know where it went. Like,
no, you are in Aetherkarst. But
okay.
you guys are on the continent of Ankyra.
Well, I mean, at least it's the same world and plane. That's good.
You guys been here long?
2 hours.
Sounds like you're here just in time to help us out then.
Your singing isn't actually that bad. I mean, it was kind of good, really.
Thank you. Was your aim better on the previous world you lived in before you went through that portal?
She counts on her fingers. I shot, like, most of my shots hit.
I don't know. I think your singing would have been a death of me if the direwolf wasn't fast enough.
Well, that's a shame. My traveling companion seems to enjoy it out on the road. Just
Kaim will look over to Tyrxian and kind of wonder if he's really tolerating his singing.
listen, lady. I know your mom probably told you to aim high in life, but I don't think she was talking about the bow and arrow.
I like this guy already.
Anyway, I'm gonna kind brush off the snow from the back of Kaim's shoulders. Anyway, appreciate your help again. We're probably getting ready to hit the road, but we need to stick around and heal you up a little bit. You're looking a little rough.
Well, I mean, I'll skin this. We can just sit here. We can eat something, right?
You think
Yeah,
it's
he
safe
says
to
Kaim, not the
camp
other
here a
two.
couple hours?
Yeah,
Down for eating, we might want to find somewhere a little more secure.
this is fine.
What about that ledge that you were on, Panoply?
I mean, you can see more from up there, and it's a good vantage point.
We should probably head over there just to kind of be safer.
You do that, and I'll skin this. But you can keep a watch out.
How heavy is this direwolf? Can I drag it? Or can we mount it on one of the horses?
It's like as big as the horse, dude.
Oof.
You wouldn't be able to mount the direwolf on the horse, but you could drag it a little ways. The direwolf is huge, though.
Or rather put tie it up and then put it on the horse. What is it? This
Saddle.
yeah, and have the horse drag it.
Yeah, let me help you out with that. So I can start unsaddling Ben, tie it up to the stirrups and back behind the horse and see if we can help Kaim drag it up on top of that saddle.
Yeah, Tyrxian will take some rope out of his bag. It's probably looks really new. Probably has never actually been unrolled at this point. Just kind of staring lost at it, not really sure what to do with it other than the fact that he has it.
Also, Panoply, how many good berries did you give me?
10.
Do you eat all 10?
Yeah, I ate all 10. And I'll also cast healing hands on myself.
Tyrxian, in the meantime, you think we could send Gylfie up to do some scouting? Seems like those wolves kind of surprised us a little bit. Wanted to make sure there's no more around.
Yeah, Tyrxian whistles and Gylfie kind of just shoots up into the sky and starts keeping an eye out.
Okay. And so, did you say you're skinning the direwolf?
Do you guys want to drag it? Like, I don't think it's going to take me that long to skin it. I mean, a little while, but...
I feel like we should probably get somewhere a little more secure before we do all this.
Well, I'll stay down here and you guys go up on the high point. It'll be okay.
By the way, before I lose my manners, let me introduce you to Ben, Jerry, Gylfie, and Tyrxian. What are your guys' names?
Which one is who?
So you're Ben and Jerry, and the horses is Arvin and Tyrxian?
Who's
Well,
Gylfie?
Close enough. Gylfie is the little buddy of Tyrxian who just flew up in the sky, if you happen to see him. Tyrxian's riding on the horse over there. My name is Arvin, and our horses are Ben and Jerry. What about you guys?
Ah,
Panoply.
and I'm Kaim. Hey,
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
don't forget your little spider friend.
This is Tharos, and I feel around, and there's a little spider still kind of like tucked up in a horn. He doesn't do a lot though, but just it's kind of a souvenir.
Is that a face spider?
No, I don't think so. It's just like it was in a cave. Some
Oh.
drow.
Okay.
Alright, see if we can throw on this wolf and make our way back up to the precipice up where Panoply was earlier. Although, do we know if this is gonna be too heavy to go across the creek safely?
No, it'll be fine.
Yeah, can we head up so we can start chopping this thing up and
Have you
prepare
ever-
for next?
Do you know how to do it? Have you ever
How-
skinned something?
Oh, you said you were gonna take care of it. We're just moving this so we get somewhere safe.
Do you need help
You said
with
we. I
skinning
just
it?
didn't know.
Do you need me to do anything for you?
No, you can rest.
Got it. Well, let's head over to the ledge. I'm sure Panoply will be fine.
Okay, with the direwolf all tied up to Ben, I'm gonna walk him up in that direction.
Yeah, roll a survival check to see how awesomely I skin this wolf. Hopefully.
Yep.
Maybe not that awesomely.
Maybe I help you?
I mean, you've needed to actually like short rest though.
You start, skinning it. As you're skinning it, you notice that sort of the cuts in it have sort of broken the skin. You probably think that the pelt is only worth half of what it would sell for.
I mean, it's something. Do you guys want to start a fire? We could cook some of this.
Yeah.
That actually does sound nice.
Let's take a little break here and find out your guys' stories. I'm kind of curious to know how you, quote unquote, came from another land.
Panoply just focuses on skinning and not talking to him.
This lady's kind of quiet. What's up with her?
That's just how she is. We'll get used to it.
Ah.
And then Kaim will start up a fire on the ledge. And then he'll ask Penny, "Hey, are you gonna heat up the meat, or shall I?"
No, you can go ahead. I mean, I'll have some after, but I'll finish this.
Okay, well, Kaim will start hacking away at the wolf and kind of put it on what do you call those things? The little stick and it rotates. Rotisserie? A skewer? Yeah.
All right. If you guys want to, you can take a short rest.
Where's that
Doesn't look like my arcane recovery would cover the spell, so I'm just gonna manually change it in my character sheet.
Yeah.
Cool. So are you guys trying to get back home, or what's your plan from here?
Panoply looks at Kaim.
I don't think home is an option right now. Seems like we've been considered as conspirators towards some deaths and some really bad things happening at home. But trust me, we weren't a part of it. It's a huge misunderstanding.
Interesting. Got some misunderstandings over on our end. Hey, can I pull Tyrxian aside over to the horses to ourselves so we can have a quick chat?
Sure.
Hey, Tyrxian, I was just thinking that since we've been on our little adventures recently, we've found out that we're lacking a few certain skills that may be helpful. It seems like these two might meet those needs. You think it'd be worth inviting them to join us on our way into the mountains?
That's kind of why I was asking what their plans were. I know we had mentioned that we could use more help, and if they're not, if they don't know where they're going, maybe they could use a guide. Maybe they need money for wherever they do end up to start over, it kind of sounds like.
Or maybe they'd be willing to pay us money to help them out. Interesting. Well, as long as you're okay with it, I think we should see if they would like to join along with us.
Might be worth hearing more about that story he just said. I don't know if we necessarily need fugitives running with us.
Exactly what I was thinking. Upstanding gentlemen like us wouldn't want to fall into the wrong crowd.
And before you come back, hey, Penny, do you think these guys are trustworthy?
I don't think they like us. Or they don't like me anyway.
Yeah, nobody likes you.
No, I'm serious. I don't think they like me.
Are you kidding me? You saved their lives.
People always have their own ideas about that stuff.
I honestly think if we weren't here, they probably would have been dead.
The wolves might have gone after the horses first.
I don't know. I think we should probably stick with them for a bit since we have no idea where we are or what to expect. They seem to know the lay of the land a bit.
Yeah, and that guy likes to talk, and I don't, so maybe that's good. I don't know what the other one does. Like, he casts a spell, but he seems a little quiet too.
I think the only thing I would really be worried about is that bird trying to eat your spider.
I mean, I think it'll be okay. Theros, like, hides most of the time anyway. I don't think he likes the light a lot. But anyway, they're talking about, they said something about money. I can't hear it all.
You can actually hear them?
I mean, some of it.
I mean, we could use some money.
I mean, just for what? I mean, we'd have to live, obviously, but I mean, I could take care of us out here for the most part.
True.
It will take a lot. Like, I think there's probably an airship that'll go across the continents, but it costs a lot of money to do those.
Alright, how about this? Let's stick with them for a bit, see what happens. The first sign of trouble or things going sour, we'll go on our own.
Yeah, that works.
Alright.
Hey guys, how's that direwolf coming along?
It's good. Does anybody want the head? I mean, I could chop off the head. It'd be easier if we had an axe, I think, but
You can use my sword if you want.
I mean, you want to? Just like, here's a sec, let me peel back. And then she kind of just like peels the flesh back, so there's the spine exposed. And here, like, just hit it right here.
Right here. Alright. How close is she holding it, or did she back up from it?
I'm not fucking holding it. I backed up.
Alright, Kaim will take a swing right at the neck.
It's easy enough for you.
Oh, what a big boy. Can I put it on my head?
I mean, sure. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, look at how big it is. It's like halfway up them. It's just the
Hey.
head.
Kaim, that suits you well. It's a good look on you.
The
You're
blood
s-
just pouring down from it
so
while I'm
gross,
holding
dude.
it.
Hey, you should make a. If you poke a little hole, like, underneath there, it'll drain the brain out too.
Oh, really? And he'll poke a hole right there where she was pointing.
Yeah, because I mean, otherwise that gets really gross.
It's gross enough already.
Guys, while you were preparing food, Tyrxian and I were chatting together, and we think we might be able to help you guys out. We were wondering if you'd be interested in tagging along with us, as we're experts of this area and could probably help you out.
I wouldn't mind that at all, but where are you guys headed?
Well, as Tyrxian mentioned, we have a short little detour that we're heading off to in the mountains, and afterwards we're planning on heading to a city where we think you might be able to find some information. But before we get that far, we were curious about this whole in trouble with the law thing. Could you shed a little more information on that?
Yeah, for sure, as long as you're not gonna try and report us, but
I mean, I don't think Valeria has any influence over here, from what I remember.
yeah, that's like a good point.
It doesn't really matter anyway. Like, if we go home, just it's not like Grandma and Grandpa aren't gonna bail us out.
But we were on a job, and we were in the woods, and seems like these ghost-like shadows were draining the life out of the townsfolk and people, and our team, half of them died, and we brought the bodies back to town, and I mean, soon after, everybody thought that we were the ones that killed them or caused the whole thing, and they were looking for us.
Sounds like a case of mistaken identity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not heavy into magic. I can
before
do a
they could
couple things.
catch us or find us, we bailed and ran away.
We were trying to find my mom, but well, we kind of. It wasn't exactly lost. I just don't think she was around there.
Well, you seem like good people, and feel like we're pretty good judges of character. So again, we're willing to help you out if you'd like to tag along with us.
I mean, you sing, but like, what do you guys do?
What don't we do? We're adventurers, striking out for treasure and fortune. My buddy here, Tyrxian, is quite the reader.
At least we're trying to be. I've,
Don't be modest.
so you mentioned Valeria, right?
Yeah.
So,
That's where I'm from, or we're from, I guess.
oh, I've read about it. It's northeast of here, I believe. Um, huge empire. Now, I believe it's more of a republic. I can't remember. Something about some huge war about 40 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of going a little bit. Like,
Are we close to the end of the day, or is this still time to travel?
it's not
It
going to
would
be dark for
be
like 5 hours.
early afternoon.
All right. Well, I'd suggest that once we're all eaten and packed up, that we could continue moving.
I think I'm all healed up and somewhat in a good state.
Aside to emo here, when I did my short rest, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to roll dice to get back any abilities. Do I do that?
Nope, not on a short rest.
I think you only roll for health if you need it.
Okay, cool.
I think bards on a short rest get all their
Am I getting cantrips back?
Cantrips you have forever and always.
Yeah, they don't.
you
They're
get your
like
bardic
always.
inspirations back on a short rest though, don't you?
Long rest.
Oh, is it a long rest? Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And I don't want to keep the wolf leg burning on the fire, so I'll take it off and hand pieces off to everyone and enjoy.
Appreciate the hard work, you two. Cheers to a new life at a new land.
Alright, so you all have your short rest. You take a little bit longer than an hour since you had the fire going and cooked up wolf and ate some of that for lunch. Tyrxian sort of takes you all on a wild adventure to find what he calls like a secret lab. Or whatever he calls it. But with Panoply around and Tyrxian's map, Panoply is able to attempt to find it much easier, and you can make a survival check or nature check with advantage. In Turksian, you're a little bit amazed. At first, you're going to do the thing where, you send Gilfy up and get the lay of the land and then have him above your head as you're going around. And you do that anyways, but you just kind of notice that Panoply, even though she has no clue where she is, based off of the information you gave her, she sort of finds a very old path that has, um, it's worn, sort of overgrown, a little bit of snow on it, but it seems to lead in the correct direction.
This is probably a game trail. I mean, it's going to be easier to walk here too.
Wow. Turkson kind of looks over at Arvin. We're just talking about trying to find somebody who could find their way around. Keep getting lost all the time.
Quite fortuitous. We're also looking for a meat shield. This guy over here, he's proven he can do that exactly.
But you're going to heal him, right? Like if he needs it?
Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
Hey, if you need to find your place, just give her your shoe. She'll be able to find wherever you need to go.
Interesting.
That's
My
how it
shoe.
works, right, Penny?
I already looked at their footprints.
See, she's got this.
I don't actually want your shoe or anything. Probably it smells bad.
Ugh, let's just keep on going.
All right, it takes you until about nightfall, and it starts to snow a little, but off in the distance you can see some very faint glowing lights and what looks to be some sort of structure embedded in the mountainside.
What is that? What you're looking for?
Tyrxian, do you know if anything here matches the description of anything you found in your book?
It looks like it.
Do you want? Is it like safe?
Probably not.
Do you want me
We
to go check it first?
Sure, I can have Gilfy come with you, and
That's
I can
Is he quiet?
very quiet.
Okay.
He because he's an owl. He doesn't make any noise when he flies.
Okay. So Panoply will try to stealth up to the structure to see if there's anybody home making those lights.
I presume if it was a secret lab that maybe the entrance won't be so easy to find. Or maybe I'm wrong. Do we see any sort of structure other than just a wall on the outside?
It's very much embedded into the mountainside. There looks to be some sort of platform up above ahead of you, and then you can kind of make out a doorway embedded in the mountainside.
Well, Panoply, after you. You want to go take a look at that doorway?
Okay, you gotta be quiet. Quiet.
Kaim will just start walking up, clump, 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 the armor, just making lots of noise.
You don't actually see a proper stairwell heading up to this. The closest thing is this platform over here, but it's like a good 20 feet off the ground.
Hey, Penny,
Yeah.
you want a boost?
Can you guys actually see anything but snow falling?
I refreshed and I see our tokens in the bottom
Okay.
right corner.
What? Ah! Okay, new map.
Foundry's being fun tonight. I can climb up.
Wait, the 20 foot, is that where all the like spotlights are?
There's this platform here that's
Okay.
about 20 feet
Oh.
up. Otherwise, above that is another 10 feet.
So Kaim will walk over and say, "Hey, anybody needs help going up?"
I'm gonna
And he'll
climb
like,
up my own damn self.
Wait, where's Panoply, or are we all hidden on top of each other?
I moved forward to the platform. Because I'm gonna get up myself. Damn it.
and Kaim will just kind of watch and wait for her to fail.
Do I fail, DM?
What did you roll?
15.
Nope. You're good.
I kick snow at Kaim.
Next time.
Oh, it says I collide with a wall. Can you move me
Oh.
up there?
I only
Does
see Kaim's token so far.
does Gilfy see any movement or anything from her skyward vantage point?
Not that you can tell. Make a perception check.
I believe she has Vantage, 'cause it's on site.
No movement. It looks like up here they're sort of small airship-sized landing pads. Other than that, Gilfy just sees a door over here. Arvin, can you see anything yet?
I'm in the map. I see Kaim next to the platform, and I have obviously black lights where.
You might need a refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. My token isn't necessarily emitting light for dark vision or anything. I don't know if it should be or not, but
Can you
maybe
see
that
though?
might be his issue. Yeah, I can see like where the lights are emitted, but that might be his issue also.
When I click on his token, it shows that he can see you all.
Yeah. Half elves have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and stealth up those stairs before they can catch up with me.
So is it just Gilfy and Panoply so far up on the platform?
If nobody needs help, then I'll try and climb up.
I'm gonna just wait down here, presuming Arvin has moved up, and maybe put a hand on his shoulder and just watch through Gilfy's eyes for a little bit.
I go to stealth and promptly, in my kicking of snow, slip a little and make a big clump.
Kaim, you successfully get up there. Looks like your VTT is still loading.
Yeah, it's still loading.
Oh, okay. I got stuck like 4 times. Okay, I think we're good.
Yep.
And I'll need you to move me up to the platform. And if somebody still needs help, I can lend out a hand or a rope and pull them up.
Yeah, you would have needed to throw up like the rope to Panoply and she would have secured it somewhere. So Arvin and Tyrxian just make either an athletics or acrobatics check. And you'll get advantage because Kaim is helping you.
Oh, somebody like vaults up, does he?
Backwards handspring, laying on the platform. Don't need no rope.
Arvin does it quite easy and Tyrxian does it quite easily.
And I'll roll up the rope.
Panoply, you're not too sure you're hiding very well.
Yeah, well, it's not like it matters that much. These guys behind me.
What?
See a platform though. It's fairly snowed over. There's no fresh tracks or anything like that.
Just our own.
There's some weird apparatus up here too.
The lights, interestingly enough, they're not flame.
Is this like a spell? Panoply kind of looks at the one right around the corner here.
What kind of sorcery is this?
Tyrxian,
You don't know?
did that book tell you about what we're supposed to find here, or just the location?
I have my theories, but everyone be careful. The last place we went into had a trap right inside the door. It caused a bunch of inanimate objects to start attacking on their own will.
Kaim, make sure you're checking where you're stepping.
Panoply is like kind of looking poking through this rubble with a dagger, just see if there's anything in there that tells about this place.
Kind of looking around. I'm guessing all he sees is snow, right?
Yep. And there's a door over here.
Well, doors aren't going to open themselves, right?
These things here look like cranes or something used to probably place supplies inside of something that's higher up or remove supplies. Kind of seen things like them in cities, but more so on the dockyards, where they take like large pieces of cargo from the dock and onto a ship, or from the ship and onto the dock.
Is anything special up here?
They're just sort of empty toolboxes. And then just like a pile of scrap over here. Looks rusted out.
All right, Kaim, better lead the way.
Oops, I went too far. I guess the door is right here.
Should see a little door symbol, right?
Oh, I see it. Uh, yeah, I'll go right to the door.
I'm gonna hang back a little.
Looks like a large steel door, double-sided door. But you push it open and it creaks pretty loudly. Um, Seems like it hasn't been used in a while. There's a good amount of snow in the cracks, but it opens.
I mean, Kai will just kind of lift up a shield and brace for something, anything, and walk through.
There's a window off to your left, but otherwise there's another small door and another double-sided door.
Uh, I see these valves. Are they operational or do anything?
Not sure.
I'm
Gilfy's going to perch on top of the building and just keep an eye out for us.
kind of will peek through the window and see if he sees anything. Looks empty from what he can see. So he'll open
Yeah,
the door.
there's a table in there with maybe some equipment or something.
And he'll look around to see if there's anything of interest.
Just a pair of old boots and like some. You're not really sure. Maybe some equipment for. You're not really sure what it is, but it looks like some sort of used equipment.
I take a quick peek outside while they're all in there. See if there's anything over on this other side of the platform.
On that side, just some empty crates. And then mountain.
Okay.
Right.
And we'll brace up a shield and open the door again.
In this room, it sort of looks like a sort of a. Well, actually, you've never seen anything like this before. Looks very much like a workshop, maybe, but it's super fancy and very technologically advanced. Down here, just kind of looks like a pit with another one of those cranes.
Guys, I think it's clear. You can come in.
I'm gonna make sure I stay away from the pit.
Panoply, there's something up in this room that you can see through the glass window.
Hey guys.
Hmm?
Look.
What is it?
I don't know.
Kaim will walk around towards the window.
And it's a raised platform, but there's this strange looking thing up there, and it points down, and then suddenly the lights start flashing, and this door over here opens, and out runs these, like, metallic looking constructs. And I need all of you to roll for initiative.
Ah.
They look like metallic constructs. The ones to your right have one eye, and they have these like little tiny wings and swords, and the one up in the room up top is like pointing down at you all, and you can hear them talking, and it's a very robotic-like voice. But they're just talking in zeros and ones. Tyrxian, it is your turn.
Right. Tyrxian is going to instinctively point at one of the constructs and launch a firebolt at it. Actually, he's going to hold that firebolt in case one of the things makes an aggressive action. He's not going to immediately fire it at this one here. Sorry. Let me play with my settings. I'm doing the panda speaker all over the place.
Arvin and I had the same idea, by the way.
Yeah, that'll be my turn. Just hold my action.
Alright, Panoply, it's your turn.
Panoply instinctively turns towards it, shoots first, moves later. Oh god, these are kind of hard to hit, and then immediately runs 30 feet away.
Kaim, it is your turn.
I mean, I only see these 5 guys, so... Oh, sorry, I missed it. Where's Panoply, or where did she go?
The other side of Tyrxian.
Yeah, she
Okay.
ran over.
I see, okay. I am actually going to walk over here. Oh god, there's more. And I'm going to attack one of them.
This little construct creature that's just talking 101001001 sort of moves forward with this sword in an aggressive manner toward you, and you just walk up to it and slice it in twain, and it crumples to the ground.
And then I'll end my turn.
Alrighty. It is Arvin's turn.
I am going to pull out my crossbow, and can I see the one up on top of the platform?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna take a shot up there with our crossbow. And use a bardic inspiration. Oops. On Panoply. And end my
You're
turn.
not proficient with crossbows?
I am, but I have low strength. Does that matter?
I think Dex.
Wait, that didn't do that, right?
Should be a Dex.
Did you
crossbow, right?
did you attack with the light crossbow, not the bolt?
Oh, maybe I clicked bolt.
Yeah. Try the light crossbow as opposed to the bolt.
My bad. Did I just throw a bolt at it or something?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's wow. That's way easier.
And you critically hit Panoply.
Yeah. Oh god.
No, I'll undo Panoply's.
Well, I had the other one selected too, and then I had her selected for the bardic inspiration.
Yeah, who's got bad aim now?
Bad aim, but it just fucking crit hit it.
Alright. Bolt shatters through this window. Breaks it and pierces this construct thing, and instead of blood oozing out, there's this like black liquid that comes out of it. Alright, now it is that creature's turn. It pulls a javelin from its back and chucks it at Tyrxian.
Did that bardic inspiration go on to Panoply or to the enemy?
If I see
You
it,
put it on the enemy.
if I see it make an aggressive action, do I get to use my reaction to shoot my fireball at it?
Correct.
Firebolt. Excuse me. Okay.
Before we go too far, Tyrxian, if you want to target Panoply, make sure you don't have anything else targeted.
Okay.
Or sorry, Arvin.
Yeah.
Target Panoply
Freeze it.
and use Bardic Inspiration, but don't consume the slot.
Okay, cool. So then the one on the enemy, I don't know if I can remove or not.
I got it.
Cool. Thank you. All right. Good.
Alright. Yeah, Tyrxian, you can firebolt it. It barely misses. I think Panoply, I think you rolled a 14 on the others. That barely missed too. However, the duo drone gets 2 attacks, kind of like its name. And it chucks a second javelin at Tyrxian.
I'll cast shield. Oh, I can't because I use my reaction to. Okay, cool.
Correct. Why didn't that? Oh, jeez. I have lag. Okay.
It was waiting for me to decide whether or not to cast shield.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I popped up, asked me if I wanted to cast shield.
That is new and cool. Alright, you take 2 points of damage. I think that's the first time you've been hit in your adventures. It's a different feeling. It sucks. It's not like the warm tavern you're used to. The mono drones. Jeez, not that. Move forward and swarm Kaim. Critically hitting Kaim.
Oh my god.
gonna be a theme for 9 damage. Next monodrone.
What?
Oh
Are
my
you-
god!
Can you make it over there?
You
Oh
can't
my
make
god.
this up.
Alright, later
Well,
in this campaign, you
Kaim's
have to
hurt.
get me some adamantine armor, okay?
Tyrxian, is your turn. You see the 2 monodrones sort of like buzz forward toward Kaim and just find the chinks in his armor and stab deeply.
All right. The one on the right. This is the one that got the deep stab, right?
Both of them critted Kaim.
That's true. 1 hit for max damage, though. So yeah, the one I guess to his bottom right, I'm going to launch another firebolt at. And then, because that did really suck getting hit, I'm going to actually move back through the door and hide around this corner and end my turn.
Alrighty. Panoply, your turn.
Oh my gosh. I can see that one, right?
Yeah.
Shoot it! Shoot it!
I think there's some serious lag right now.
Can I put a favored foe on this as well?
Yep.
Does it do it automatically? Oh, that does it. There we go.
Which monodrone were you hitting?
The far one, like it's still in the other room, kind of.
You might be lagging behind. There's one here that's alive, the other 2 are dead. But this one's dead now too.
Is there another one in this far room that I can see?
Nope.
Oh, cool.
All the monodrones are dead though, now, after you shot that one. So now there's just the duo drone up in the thing up there. Do you want to move after your turn? Oh.
I don't want to move, but I am going to sink down to a knee and make myself as small as possible after I've done my shot, in case they choose to throw more javelins. I will
Okay.
become prone, essentially.
Kaim, it is your turn.
So, I don't have vision on what's happening with the rest of the party. Is there only one more duodroid, or do I guess I
You
don't
know
know
there was
information.
you know there was a thing up here chucking javelins. You're unsure if it's dead or not. From your viewpoint, you can't really see it. But everything around you is destroyed.
Okay. I am gonna break away before something bad happens in the area I am in. So I'm gonna take my full movement over here. And I am going to healing hands myself as an action. Since I run out, 1 second. And as a bonus action, I'm going to second wind. And that'll end my turn.
Alrighty. Arvin, your turn. You just see this one thing up here.
I imagine that I used a spell that took away my ability to cast anything else earlier, although I'm not quite sure. It's under my spells. I only have a couple left.
You used all of your spell slots.
Okay, I must have done
So
something.
now you just have cantrips.
Well, I will need to pay attention to that for next time. I'm going to loose another bolt with my crossbow at the one that I previously hit.
Another crit.
Wow, surprise.
And that one square between its two eyeballs, if you want to call them that, and it sort of falls forward out of this shattered window, and it just is continuously speaking in ones and zeros.
Hey,
The
Pan,
red lights are still
note.
flashing.
Hey guys, I would recommend that we get out of here and see if we get these alarms to stop.
Is there a switch nearby?
Are we standing next to a red button? Oh no, that's his. That's his token. Okay.
Are we still in initiative order?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Tyrxian would like to probably move up to where the duo drones were, or just look around first, I guess, and see if he can seize anything that might be able to turn off the alarm.
You're not sure, but when the duodrone pointed at you guys, that's when the alarm or the red light started going. There's a stairwell over here that you can see from where you're at.
Okay. I'll head up the stairwell. And open this door.
And on the desk right here, you can see there's like this contraption on the desk and this big red giant button.
You have to push the big red button, right?
Yup.
Push the button. Can I hear from
Alright.
outside?
I'll push the button.
Push the button, and the red lights revert back to the yellow color.
And the first thing I want to do after that is telepathically. I can telepathically talk to Gilfie, right? Or is it just Gilfie can telepathically talk to me?
You can do both.
Okay, I'll check to make sure she has not seen anything that might have been alerted to the alarms.
Nothing outside. In fact,
Great.
there's not even alarms outside. It just seems like this room.
Oh, perfect. I'd probably want to look around this area, this office or room or whatever, see if I see anything of note.
If I go in here, are there more?
Nope.
Okay. Jeez. That's super weird.
Yeah, I see more, but that's why I was running away.
Yeah, I still see a duodrone token in the room that I'm in.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 mono, and I see 1 in the Duodroden where Tyrxian is.
I refreshed also after combat just to see if I can get it to go away, but it's still there.
I seriously thought that was like a fight with 6 of them. I was like, fuck, Kaim's gonna die again.
I'm gonna peer over the edge into the pit down here and see if I can see anything other than just crates.
And also, there's still 3 red lights. Sorry, 4.
Fix everything all at once.
That's weird about the tokens. I must not have quick encounter set up correctly. Because on my screen, they're all gone.
It's in the little room that there's 3 of them. I'm assuming that's the ones that were attacking me.
Yeah, it seems like once you moved the token, where there's still a token in their starting place. Like there's
Are they
still the one
are they
right
still
next to
there?
me.
Let me refresh.
Yeah, I'm reloading altogether because refresh just like blanked out at some point.
Lights are all off.
Lights are good. I still see the droids, but we could have
Oh well.
ignored them.
Yep. Anyways, this room, so where Tyrxian is, there's nothing really interesting up there. It just looked like that mechanical construct sat in that room and oversaw what was going on. This place doesn't look like it's been used very much lately. There are some workbenches with some random tools. You're not really sure what they're used for. There's these barrels. It looks like at one point they had some sort of liquid in them, but they're all empty. And then you have no idea what this stuff is over here.
Might peer into the hole where the crane is over, see if there's anything other than crates.
Empty.
I'll do it. This little, I guess, lever or red thing, I'll twist it.
Yep. This thing here, every turn you make, it starts moving along this track that you see on the outside of the room.
Do I have an idea of what it's doing exactly?
Nope.
And there's only one side that's churning?
Yeah.
Do you guys think we need to turn all these wheels at the same time?
Where are the other
Well,
ones?
Looks like there's another door over here. Maybe we should just keep exploring before we bother trying to mess with something we have no idea what it does.
Yeah, we could do that.
What door? What direction?
To the west.
To the west.
Oh boy.
There's a stairwell that leads down.
Let's go.
Alright, as you descend the stairwell, we're going to call that today's session.
Dun dun dun! Cliffhanger!
What's in the basement? Oh my god.
What's the
We're all gonna-
box?
We're gonna have
What's
to
the
dream.
box?
Whatever is in the basement is going to crit Kaim.
Probably.
I don't know if you couldn't kill him
3
today.
times.
He's indestructible.
But yeah, we
Was-
will end the session there since it's late in the central area.
That was three critical hits against you in a row, wasn't it?